Halo Infinite's multiplayer beta released on November 15th. Tomorrow, about a month later, on December 8th, the campaign will have launched and the game will be leaving beta. I'll be going over my experience over the last month and talk about the things I did and did not enjoy while playing. This video is for fun and not the kind of video I typically make. All my opinions are my own, and let me start by saying I'm not free of bias, as I have been a fan of the Halo franchise for about 20 years now. As Halo CE released November 15th, 2001, 20 years prior to the launch of Infinite's multiplayer beta. Halo Infinite's multiplayer beta is the first free launch in the series, and with that, it brings in a ton of new players to the franchise. Let's start with gameplay. Halo's combat is mostly solid and the guns feel more viable than previous titles, and that debatably enables the players to rely on more than just the power weapons. The weapons feel good and weighted. There's very few guns I have an issue with. I'd say some of the banished weapons, and I've seen others agree, seem to feel light and feel like they don't do enough damage. But besides that, I think every gun is still usable, at the very least. And melee does seem to have a problem, where if someone's trying to hit you and you're trying to hit them, it sometimes has collision detection issues or something along those lines, as it will not always work. Utility items feel very good, and they add a variety of how you choose to tackle winning the objective. Personally, I like the repulsor because I just like to launch people off the edge. And while tools like evade and grapple shot give you a range of movement to outmaneuver the enemy or to get into cover faster. While not being overpowered, these weapons and items play well with each other, and that combination can change how you approach most maps. And speaking of maps, a variety of maps in Halo Infinite, for a lack of better term, is a little underwhelming for me. I have not been whelmed. The scenery and background animations are beautiful, and I like the little events that happen, like the anti-air cannon shooting and things like that. But I really find myself enjoying only a couple of the maps, and most of those are quick play maps. All the big team battle maps feel very like they push you into the middle, which would be fine for one or two maps, but it feels like that's every big team battle map. And also I feel like the big team battle maps aren't big enough for vehicle warfare. They're big enough for the game modes that they're for, but like let's bring back heavy big team battle from Halo Reach and have tanks and race on each side and everyone have rockets. You know, the good old days. And speaking of vehicles, well, I already did the speaking of thing. Vehicles, that's a good segue. The vehicles in this game feel fine. I don't really have much to say about them. I don't know how to review how a vehicle drives in a game. The Warthog and Ghost and Chopper all seem to turn just fine. I don't have any real issues just crashing into things. Sometimes the Warthog flips a little easy. But besides that, I like the vehicle. Ain't got much to say about them. Except for when you get heavy vehicles like the Scorpion or Wraith, it seems like the enemy team just all floods towards it, and as soon as you get in it, you get hooked, rocketed, skewered, sniped, or grenade spammed immediately to death. But that's, I think that comes back to an issue with the maps not really being meant for heavy vehicles. They're meant for being on the ground and using a Warthog. The playlists in Halo Infinite is a small issue I have with the game, but I've seen others who say they don't really mind. I personally would like more playlists or the option to choose what game modes to play, because I will run into players who only want to play Slayer, so they completely ignore the objective. And sometimes when I'm trying to actually play the objective, that kind of kills my vibe a little bit. The store and progression. I don't mind the battle pass. In fact, I kind of like battle pass systems to an extent. I like, you know, for free-to-play games, they help support the developers and that, but in this game, the store is a mess. It's all overpriced. It's all items that you shouldn't only be able to get in the store, like the event armor, the samurai armor. The samurai armor, you have to pay to get the alternative chest plate and other things like that. I don't even think you could get the chest plate yet. But you had to pay to get the alternative helmet, one of them, the Eva looking one. And you shouldn't have to pay for really any Mark 7 or event armor item. I kind of understand the Mark 5, but then what's the point of having a season pass? Like, at that point, just throw up every item in the store all at once and let me just choose what to buy for fucking $40, I guess. Because you can't mix and match armor cores anyways, so... You know, that's something I should have put in my script. You can't mix and match armor cores. What the fuck is that? I just want to be able to put my color on the other armor core. Why do I have to be a gray samurai? Why can't I be white and gold? Sorry, I'm back. I don't got a segue for this one, so we'll just start talking about theater mode. Theater mode in Halo Infinite is my hell. I am struggling with it. It looks like it's only at, I don't know, I saw someone say it was 90% speed of the game, which looks right to me. And it's gonna make editing suck. And what also sucks is all my bookmarks from the first day the game was out that I was saving for this video didn't save. I can't view them. They're there, I can look at them, but I can't view them. I can't do anything with them. Also, theater mode is laggy and has some issues with players just skidding around on the ground. If they leave the game and come back, or you leave the game and come back, if you try to view them or yourself in theater mode, you will just be hovering there. There's also things like when you use the grappling hook, it doesn't continue the animation in first person. It just goes back to be floating in the sky. It's weird. It's weird. That's all I really have to say about the game so far. Besides what I've said so far is I really like the game. It's fun, and I didn't expect this to already be 8 minutes. So, thank you so much for watching. This has been a Pumpkin Rant brought to you by the PumpkinPain Coalition of Loosely Aligned Gourds. Symptoms may include liking, subscribing, and other thoughts of gourds. Worship the gourd, be the gourd, love the gourd. Goodbye.